Today, we're going to show you how to transfer a session from Premiere into Pro Tools using AAFs or OMFs. This is so we can work with all the audio in your Premiere sequence, as opposed to just a 2-channel mix. We will get every individual piece that you have. So, this is very quick, but I will also leave a couple of screenshots for you to find. Over here, I have a Premiere project. It's completely fake. Don't worry about it. What we're going to do is make sure that we can properly and efficiently transfer the information from here to our audio person. We want the audio nerds to go do audio nerd stuff to this project. I have a sequence. It has video, it has audio. We're going to treat these things separately. What we have down here is a bunch of audio clips that comprise all of the sound for this particular sequence. What if you've got a bunch of volume automation in there? Merp, merp, merp. Your fades that you create in this method are going to translate to your audio person directly through. Also, all of your panning information is going to translate through. Now, which to use when? OMF or AAF? Great question. Use an OMF if you're under 2 gigs, use an AAF if you're over 2 gigs. There's a ton of blah, 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 but fundamentally, that's the rule. Under 2 gigs, OMF. Over 2 gigs, AAF. Cool? Cool. So let's create an OMF first, because this is definitely under 2 gigs. What I'm going to do is go to File, Export, OMF. What are your settings? What a great question. First, let's title it Fake Sequence for OMF. Sample rate, make it 48. Bits per sample, make it 24. Here it says files. You have the option of separate or embed. Make it embed. Why would you make it embed? Because I don't want a bunch of files and folders from you. I just want one thing only, the OMF file. And that's what this is going to produce. This is an incredibly crucial spot here. Render, either copy complete audio files or trim audio files. Always, always, always copy complete audio files. Why is that? Because I don't want to deal with your weird little handles. I want to be able to trim all the way to the start or the end of the file, so that if I need to find, I don't know, a slate or some silence, I can do that and work with that. Because you know how sometimes we need room tone? Sometimes we need room tone. It's just a thing. Sometimes I'd like to find out where stuff started. It's just a thing. Sometimes maybe there's an alt take way back in there that they kind of did as a one-off, didn't circle, didn't anything, but maybe there's a syllable or something in. Anyway, copy complete audio files. So here's that information. So your sample rate and your bit rate are going to be 4824. Are there exceptions to this rule? Yeah. But if there are, you're going to hear about them way before you get to this point, I promise. Files, embed the audio. I don't want a weird separate folder. Nobody wants a weird separate folder. And then render, heck yeah, copy complete audio files every time. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. It's only file size, and come on, this is audio. It's tiny. Now, include pan. Did you do some amazing panning? Are you real proud of it? Include it. We don't care. Then you hit OK. Create a little folder somewhere for it, and then hit save. It's very quick indeed, because it's not getting involved in the slightest bit with picture. It's just audio. I'm going to hit OK. Wha-bam. Now, let's have a look at what that little guy just created. I'm going to drag this over. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. I now have this OMF, which is completely self-contained. And notice you can check this by looking at the file size, 184.5. So if you were to do the separate methodology, which is a folder of audio files over here and an OMF file here, the OMF file would be tiny, and then the folder full of audio files would be 184. It'll also squeeze out this nifty little text doc, which has some fundamental information. If you happen to lose or throw this little text file into the trash, nobody cares. No harm, no foul. All right. Then we're going to take these files, select them both, right-click, compress. It's going to take a second to compress. Cool. Now we have an archive of this. I'm going to retitle the archive exactly what I titled this. Command-C, Command-V. Cool. Then what are we going to do? We're going to go over to our email, and we're going to drag it, and we're going to drop it. Okay, got it. It's going to upload it, and then I'm going to mail it to my audio people. Yay. That is an entire OMF. You're done. Walk away. Breathe. Enjoy yourself. Just stop this. Okay, let's do an AAF, because now we're making up that this is over 2 gigs. Cool. Hey, I should point out quickly that you do want to set an out point for your sequence. Otherwise, if you, like many editors, like to dabble with garbage way downstream so that you can kind of have a little workspace, I'm going to get all that too. I don't want it. Takes forever. Come on, set it out. We're just going to set it out. So we'll just set an out point right there. Bangaroo. Now, let's do an AAF. The sequence is selected, the little blue box, you know. Anyway, File, Export, AAF. So, mix down the video. Have you already bounced out some video for me? If you have, don't do this. If you haven't, sure, go ahead. I'm going to assume that you have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncheck these two top boxes. Breakout to mono, definitely breakout to mono. Render audio clip effects. Are you going to render audio clip effects? If you've done a bunch of super magic that you don't want anybody else to touch, yes, render your audio clip effects. Sample rate's 48, bits per sample is 24. Once again, if this needs to change to anything besides 48, 24 ever, you'll hear about it way before this. Embed the audio. We don't want separate. Come on. Broadcast wave. Hell yes, if you've got the option, always go with the bwav. It just gives us a bunch of metadata to work with on the sound side. And then render copy complete audio files. None of that trimming handily stuff. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Cool? Cool. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back to my desktop. I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call it AAF for, what did I call this other one? I'm going to create a new folder called AAF folder. There it is. It's gorgeous. I'm going to call it AAF for audio. And we're going to hit save. Once again, it's a heck of a quick process. Look at how fast it's going. It's going super fast. Love that. Love it when it goes fast. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Ba-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Squee-squap-a-dibble. Ba-doop-doop-doop. Done. It's going to give us some little notes and whine about shit, and I just don't care. I just don't care. Now over here, I'm going to have a look at what's actually going on. Desktop, AAF folder. There it is. It's just uno thing. It's one thing. Look at how gorgeous it is. Let's send it to somebody, okay? I'm going to come over here, drag, drop, and there you have it. Thank you so much for watching this. This means that you'll do the right thing. We'll get the right thing. There won't have to be those extra phone calls and weird emails because ain't nobody got time for that. Have a gorgeous day. I've always loved you.